Hi, welcome to my video. Today we are going to do a full face of drugstore makeup. My name is Fiona. I make videos about makeup for pale skin. I'm going to prime my eyelids with the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. So what I like about using a concealer as my eyeshadow base is that it just gives you like a blank canvas, particularly for people with transparent skin and very veiny eyelids like myself. It's just kind of muting all of that out. It opens up the whole eye area as well. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set that with powder. I'm giving this another chance. This is the Catrice Under Eye Brightener Setting Powder. Maybe if I just use a really tiny amount, maybe it won't look too peachy. Let's try it and find out. No overt peachiness. And the reason I'm doing this is so that the concealer doesn't sink into any of my luscious eye wrinkles, so I don't get any creasing when I put my eyeshadow on. So I just realised I wasn't recording. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Taupe. I'm just going to use that only where I need it, which is everywhere. Using hair-like strokes, whatever that's supposed to mean. Focusing more of the product, I would say, on the tail of the brow. Darkening the tail a bit just to create some dimension. I will come back to the brows later because I'll probably gel them down with something. Now, if you don't like brow tint pens, you could use something like the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. These are a really good dupe for the Benefit ones that are very popular but very pricey. So if you can get your shade match in this, it's only about £10, so definitely a better deal than the Benefit. I only really want to use products today that I can actually recommend. I wanted to use stuff that I've tried, tested out, and I know works. This is the Rimmel Wonderlast Shadow Stick, which in my opinion is very similar to the Bobbi Brown. I've just swatched it on my hand. It's this stunning shimmering taupe shade. I think there was a colour called Sidecar from Urban Decay actually that was quite similar to this. Now, I don't think I've seen these in Superdrug and Boots, but they're available online. All I've done there now is just slap it onto my eyes, not being extra careful, and I'm going to rim the bottom lash line as well. And I'm going to blend that out with a synthetic brush. And it's blending out really smoothly over the top of that Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. Just zoomed you in there so you can see a little bit better. Sorry, I'm still new at all this crap. Good thing about these is there's no fallout either, and they kind of just blend themselves out, to be honest. You could easily do this with your finger. I'm going to take the Essence Liquid Ink and I'm going to do a thin line of liquid liner. So I haven't done a wing or anything. I'm just keeping it really, really simple because I'm going to add plenty of mascara on top, and I want this to be the kind of look that you could do in a rush. I don't know why I was lining this eye with my eye closed. It makes no sense. Why is my mouth hanging open? It just helps. So something like that. This side is a little bit thicker because this eye has got more of eyelid space. So to try and balance them, I tend to make this slightly thicker on this side. Now I know I complained about this, but I don't actually have another drugstore mascara to use. I've ordered the e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. That was recommended to me by Carmel. Go and check out her videos if you haven't seen them already. This isn't terrible. You just have to give it a lot of time and several coats. That doesn't look too bad now, if I do say so myself. This is the bit I'm probably most excited about because it's what everybody wants to know. What foundations should I be using from the drugstore, especially if I have very pale skin? I have a whole video dedicated to my favourite foundations for pale skin. Some of them I've already used on camera, but I wanted to specifically use something I hadn't used before to actually show its application. Good old True Match. I am going to put 2 pumps of that on my hand. A trick I've been doing recently is spraying my foundation with setting spray to give it a bit more glow. This is the Catrice Shake Fix Glow. I'm so excited now because you can get Essence and Catrice in Primark, and let's go. This is the shade 0.5N, which is my perfect match. This is meant to be a dupe for Armani Luminous Silk. I don't know because they don't make a colour for me. What is it with drugstore brands doing better foundation shade ranges for pale people than high-end? Like, what is going on there? So as you can see, this gives a very smooth satin finish. I've used this one for many, many years. They do have a good shade selection with 3 different undertones: neutral, warm, and cool. The next thing I'm going to put on is the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. This is shade 025 Rose Ivory. I'm going to give it quite a whack on there. This feels quite hydrating, doesn't feel too heavy, and it blends out nicely even when you put a bit too much on. Gives a really fresh look under the eye. And then the other side. Your finger kind of melts the product in a little bit better. Now for the test. Is this going to work? Again, I'm going to use the tiniest amount. I love how dinky it is. Just barely touching it. Do you know what? It looks okay. I'm sorry, Catrice. I was wrong. I was just applying too much product. Look at my under eyes. Aren't they nice? Oh my god. That's actually great. I'm going to zoom out now. I think I'm going to give myself some cheekbones. I've used this before. This is the e.l.f. Bronzer and Contour in shade Fair. I'm going to just dot it on. I don't know why, I just feel like doing this today. Brush is the usual suspect. This is just going to give a bit of shape to my shapeless face. Sure, there isn't shape nor make to me. I mean, you don't really see the contouring on this side of my face that much anyway because of my millennial hair flip. But I know if there's a gust of wind or whatever might happen, I know both sides are matching. Next up is blush, and a product I've wanted to talk about for ages. These are the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blushes, and this is in the shade 02 Pink Flush. Very similar to the MAC blushes, all their mineralized range, their mineralized skin finishes. Taking that on a blush brush. Very easy to apply. Kind of gives you a built-in highlighter as well. It's very difficult to overdo these, so I think they're amazing for beginners. For pale skin tones as well, although there are deeper shades for those of you with darker skin. Like, there's something for everybody in this range. I believe there are 8 colors. This is probably my favorite of the bunch as it's the most cool toned pink. I will probably at some stage make a video or a short just about these. I've 1 or 2 I want to get my hands on, and then I'll make a video. I'm applying that a little bit stronger than usual just because I want it to really show up on camera. Really soft, beautiful finish. I wouldn't say they enhance texture. I know that's an issue for a lot of people. Because the shimmer here is so fine, I really don't think that you're in danger of that. So I'm always doing this, look. You could absolutely leave your cheeks at that, but I want to be a bit extra today. And I also want to talk about this highlighter from Catrice, the More Than Glow highlighter in the shade 020 Supreme Rose Beam. Doesn't look like anything special in the pan. I can't actually find my little fan brush. Where's that gone? Right, so we're going in. Hello, Hazel. Are we seeing that? Hazel approves. Same on the other side. This can rival any high-end highlighter in my opinion. It's so finely milled, really, really stunning. I don't own any of the other shades. This is the one that's best for my skin tone. I believe there is like a more golden one as well. Highlight the Cupid's bow. Hazel told me to. I had to go and pet Hazel. She was being needy. And I just put some mascara on my bottom lashes, but I forgot to press record. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some of this L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in 235 Nude. And this was mentioned in my pale skin lipsticks video. This is the finished look. Didn't take an exceptionally long time. You could definitely have this down in 10-15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please do check out my other videos, and if you enjoyed this, subscribe.